Actually, my mic is off. Okay. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Hope everyone's having a great morning so far. I have not taken any trades. The market's kind of just moving too fast, honestly. I missed a few that I probably could have gotten into, though. I don't really know. Good morning, Granny. Good morning, Janelle. How are you this morning? Honestly, I had a lot of setups this first 30 minutes, but some of them I just couldn't catch because they were so fast. Others, I've been saying I need to get out of the habit of, like, all right, let's say that I miss one, and then I go back and I try to look to see, like, okay, did it actually set up properly? And in the midst of me doing that, I missed the next one. That's how fast the market's moving. I've probably, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 setups, probably 5. More knowing me, I probably missed one. But I literally have to stop doing that. And I've been saying that for a minute. I'll tell her when she comes back through. I always tell her when I'm done streaming and I go out there. Like my streaming friends say good morning. Alright. So despite yesterday being absolutely horrific, I actually figured out the problem with every trade. Like I said yesterday, hey, what is that? Why is the pivot level different over there? This is the same amount of data. Oh no. So the pivot level on my order flow chart, because I use tick replay data, is right here, the middle pivot level, but you can see it up here on this chart. Because the order flow chart, I have to use tick replay data. That's the only way for, like, the daily POC and all of that to show properly. That's not good. It's not good at all. That was one of the problems that I was having in using only 3 days worth of data back in the day, is because the data would look different. Shit. But I'm gonna keep using the chart that doesn't have tick replay, because there were a lot of trades earlier that were being taken at the pivot level that we can see on the regular charts, and they would have lost if I took them. So I'm just gonna go based off of that pivot level instead. It seems like the smartest thing to me. Alright. I just missed that one too. Kinda sorta. I usually don't like taking this particular divergence when we come back to the changeover zone. So that's why I didn't take it. I mean, this market is just it's team too much right now. Team too much. And maybe it could wick off of it. It just can't, like the body, it can't go through the body of the entry candle, but you could see it would have wicked off of the top of it. Because technically it is still a level of support, even if we come all the way back to it to trade again. I am, oh shoot, I don't even have Rhythmic open. I am going to double my contracts today on the account that needs to do something by next Tuesday. So I'm just gonna double the contracts. We're either gonna pass it by next Monday or we're gonna fail it, and either way I'm fine with it. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. Deleted the old level by accident. Because it's still valid until we break this one. Don't ask how I would. Good morning, Trenches. Good morning, Amelia. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, new trader. How are you guys this morning? How's trading going? I missed a lot of setups this morning, so I'm actually, when that happens, I just hate continuing to trade because then I'm going to be mad if I end up red because I didn't have the trades from earlier to cover me, you know? But some of them, most of them I genuinely miss because the market is just moving a little fast. It's kind of the reason why I wanted to look at the 20 tick chart, but it still works out, don't get me wrong, but it's just not enough opportunities for my taste. So I'd rather have 15 setups, miss half, and still be able to trade, you know, and be profitable with the other half of the trades that I missed versus having like 3 setups in a session in 2 hours. Oh, no, not so much. And I am missing a level right now here because that level is really important. Alright. We had a 1 bar pullback there. Alright, we're back inside of the zone. So, by inside, I mean above. I did not get to take a nap yesterday. I also did not get great sleep last night. I could not find my eye mask just for me to wake up this morning and get out of bed, and it fell on the ground at some point. I remember putting it in my bed with me when I was ready to go to sleep, but I was watching YouTube videos, I think. And it must have fell at that point. And I just do not sleep well without my eye mask. I just wake up so many times. And I'm so sick of my next door neighbor waking up early in the morning to drive his motorcycle 1 fucking lap just to come back in the driveway and go to work. It's also part of the problem. That is a really bad feel, actually. I went ahead and broke even because that was a horrible feel. And this is something that I'm going to look at later because I know this has been causing me a problem. I don't really like when there's this is imbalance. I think when there's an imbalance of more than 50 volume or 50 orders, whatever, that's when it paints the number inside. I don't think I like that because you could see like there was 171 delta in this candle versus 14 in this one. We should have pushed down. But I don't really like when there's when there's imbalance in my entry bar. I don't know what it is, but it does not work out well most of the time. So I'm glad I broke even because you could see I would have lost. And the imbalance, the sellers were in control. There was 125 more seller volume there than buyer volume, but still it didn't go. So I'm just starting to notice little things like that. I don't think I like it. I don't. And that is something that I've been paying attention to over the last week, but I just haven't really had the time because I've been looking at other stuff with my strategy, like making sure the actual rules were correct. But if I have time today, I'm probably going to look at that. If not, I'll look at it tomorrow. And just for now, whenever there's imbalance like that inside of my entry bar, I'm not going to take it. Except maybe when it's divergent in the same direction of the trend. Probably anything other than just regular pullbacks. Regular pullbacks, it shouldn't take all of that. But we'll see. We will see. Turn green to red. Why does it do this? Oh, it locked me out again. Great. My sleep this week has been bad too. No idea why. It sucks. Like, I'm an old lady now. I actually need my goddamn sleep, okay? Start putting down the electronics before going to bed. Can't get fired. Oh, really? See, for me, my problem is like, I've been a night owl my entire, and when I say entire, I mean my entire life. So, even though at this point, you know, I've been, hold on, 43. Even though at this point I haven't been working overnight for the last 2 years, my body has been, I've been a night owl my entire life. So I know I have to wake up early, like 8 o'clock in the morning for me, baby, is early. I snooze until 8:20. That's why I'm glad I started trading at 8:35 now, because I have 15 minutes to get ready instead of 10. But even if I like, y'all, I could be dead. Like yesterday I was tired. I told y'all I was going to try to take a nap. Well, when my mom got home from work, she always comes and like gives me a hug and a kiss or whatever. But what usually will happen is, like, if I know I'm going to take a nap and I know she's about to come home soon, I'll lock my door so that she knows that I'm sleeping. But the problem is, it doesn't really work out that well because she, upper body same. She will still knock a little bit, and that small little knock, I wake up. So I woke up then, and then like I was starting to doze off, and she knocked, and I was like, fuck. So then I go out, I give her a hug, go to the bathroom, I come back into my room, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to sleep again. Literally, as I'm dozing off, did you order something under my card? Bro, I just told you I was trying to sleep. That could have waited. It could have waited. why didn't it wait? I don't understand. I don't understand. So then I was up from there. Like those 2 little doze offs gave me all the energy in the world, and I was up for the rest of the day. Yeah. Oh yeah, Granny, that was me. Sorry. She said, "Was that you knocking?" Oh my gosh. But yeah, so I did not get any sleep, and then I was up till like 4, wide awake. Wide awake. I even got off the game early. I got off the game at like 12, and I laid here without even looking at my phone or anything for 2.5 hours. So it was like 12:30, no, 2:30, 3 o'clock. And at that point, I'm like, I might as well just watch YouTube videos, because what's the point? I'm laying here doing nothing. Just does not work. Oh, your allergies are bad? Yeah, that's no fun. No fun at all. I still don't really feel all the way excuse me, comfortable taking trades off of the session highs and lows. So I'm probably not going to take them. Oh yeah, I forgot to. Yeah, having bad allergies is no fun at all. I always forget to put the market analyzer back up. That actually is great information to have. This weather is changing and affecting me too. The short I was looking for just worked. Just got back a little green, but I'm salty. I got faked out. I woke up at 2 and didn't get back to sleep till 4. Yeah. So all of our sleep is just all jacked up. Why is the rhythmic? What the fuck? Oh shoot. There we go. Yeah, I used to have really, really bad allergies, and I didn't even start developing seasonal allergies until I was like 19 or 20, which was crazy because I grew up with both of my parents playing recreational softball, so I stayed outside. I stayed in the elements of the world, and I just didn't understand, like, how how do I have allergies now? Of all times for me to do this, why now? It was really bad, like, and I still have some of the effects of it. Like, it was so bad for so long that I remember when I went to the doctor finally, you know how they put the little nasal speculum like in your nose to look at your nasal passages. She was like, well, you clearly have really bad allergies because I can barely stick it in there. Like, it was so swollen inside of my nasal passages. I'm like, oh, great. Great. But I never really did anything for it. I do find sometimes that as long as I'm drinking a lot of water, even if my nasal passages are still clogged a little bit, I don't have as much like mucus or anything from allergies because I'm keeping my body so hydrated. I do the same. Well, I drink a lot of water just naturally anyway, but I definitely, like, if I'm sick, I I don't really eat a lot of dairy anyway, but I stay away from dairy. Even if you're just congested from allergies, if you're consuming dairy while you're congested, you're going to make it worse. Any foods that are like inflammatory foods, which dairy is part of that, it'll just make things worse. All right. Hopefully I can get a couple trades in. Let's see. I'm really not caring about anything until we either break below here or we break the zone above. We need to do one of the two. My middle half trend changed to a downtrend, or no, an uptrend like up here. So we need to break it for it to be a downtrend, for it to match the other two again. Then I'll be able to take sales. Otherwise, we're going to be in this consolidation area unless we break up here. We do have a support level here too. Got rep taking shorts at the lows, then it works 7 minutes later. Ooh, that's the worst. I might get dinged. I was in a trade during CPI data release. You shouldn't. If you were in the trade already, you shouldn't. And even if you get into a trade during CPI, as long as it's following your rules, you're not supposed to get dinged. I know, Amelia, right? That's why sometimes, like, right now, I'm not congested, but I can feel that my nasal passages are just really swollen. Like, I can't breathe that well, but I'm not congested. There's no mucus at all. Yeah, we'll just be in this consolidation. There is bad news. Interesting, I didn't know that. Yeah, honestly, as much as they say, like, that you should consume dairy is basically pasteurized pus. Basically. Like, it's just not, milk. Let me just say that milk and dairy is made from some form of milk, right? So a lot of people who have like different diseases and disorders, most of it is okay. First of all, like 80-something% of all diseases and disorders start in either the colon or because of some kind of back malalignment. And the reason why the alignment of your back, your spine, is so important is because you have nerves that come off of your spine, right? So if your spine is contorted, compressing nerves, things like that, you are messing with the nerve supply to those particular organs, which can cause issues. So I know that part of my reproductive issues growing up, well, part of it is because I was allergic to chicken. I didn't know that chicken was causing so much problems internally. Well, I didn't know that that was the problem. I knew the problems I was having, but I didn't know that chicken was the main culprit. But also part of it was because of my back. So because of how bad my back was at the time, which it still is nothing I could do except having surgery. Where my spine twists in a spiral, it starts at the middle and it gets tighter and tighter as it goes down to my tailbone. And so it's pinching or cutting off the nerve supply to my reproductive organs, to my bladder. That's why, like, sometimes I don't know that I have to go to the bathroom unless, like, my bladder is completely full. It's not as bad now because I try to stretch and do things like that to try to loosen up the area a little bit. But it used to be bad. Like, I would get UTIs all the time because I didn't even know I had to use the bathroom. But then when I go to the bathroom, I'm like, oh, how long has that been ready? You know what I mean? So that's really important. But like I said, a lot of diseases and disorders start in the colon, and part of it is because of all the inflammatory foods that we eat. And inflammation in the body, no bueno. No bueno. And that's probably why, like, I don't really get sick at all. All right, we got medium impact news coming, so I'm going to sit out for 5 minutes. And I'm so irritated that I haven't taken a trade yet. Well, besides the one I had to break even. But, yeah, I just missed so many. But either way, I don't really ever get sick. But I also don't. I drink a lot of water. I try to drink about, I don't know, at least 70 to 100 ounces of water a day, just kind of depending. I don't drink sodas often, maybe like once every couple of weeks. I don't really drink alcohol like that. I might have a wine cooler like a couple of times a year. If it's a cousin's birthday or something and we're going out, there's alcohol, I might drink then, but I don't really consume alcohol like that. I don't consume any caffeine, nicotine, no drugs of any kind, anything like that. So I don't really consume a lot of sugar either, not added sugars. Most of my sugar comes from fruit. So I have a really, I wouldn't say strict diet because I actually enjoy it, and it's not really a diet, it's just the way that I eat. But that's just because I'm really health conscious. I still consume the right number of calories and protein and carbs and fats and all of that, but I'm very conscious about what I put in my body because for me, it's like, you have people that will try to say how expensive eating healthy is. It's not really that expensive, you guys. Like, I eat the same fruits and vegetables every day, every week. It's not that expensive. I actually cringe when I'm like craving something salty. I'll buy a bag of chips that should last me like a week. I'll usually get through it in a couple of days, and I won't buy a bag of chips for another like week or two, usually like 2 weeks. So I have like a bag of chips every 2 weeks. But I cringe at how much a big bag of chips costs. Like $6. I can buy me 3 pineapples for this, 2 pineapples for this, and that'll last me for a whole week. That's just me. Pasteurized plus. Let me go back. My daughter drinks milk every day. I'm going to ask the doctor about it when we go back and check the adenoids. Well, Trenches, I'm going to tell you right now, most doctors, unless you get a younger doctor, because a lot of younger doctors are no longer like pushing out this old ass information that we grew up on because they know how dangerous it is. But most doctors are going to tell you need milk for bone health. You do not. You don't. I have not had, so I told you I barely consume dairy. Like, I might put a little cheese in my salad once a week, if that. Like, the packages that I buy of salad comes with cheese in it, and I usually won't even use it. I'll either throw it out or like put it in the fridge. But every now and then, if I just want that taste in the salad, I will put, and it's a little bitty packet of cheese. But I don't really consume dairy, right? And I haven't since I was 19 is when I stopped drinking milk, and when I stopped really eating cheese and stuff like that as much. I had regular milk a couple months ago when I told you I was just really craving cereal, and my stomach was flipping and turning before I even finished the damn bowl. But my bones are great. My vitamin D levels, my calcium levels, all of that stuff is normal, and I don't even drink milk. And I was the kid that grew up, I would just drink milk. I would drink milk before I drank Kool-Aid. But I just, as long as you didn't make. Am I the only one who has to crank up KeAmber? Oh, I'm sorry. My mic is literally on the highest volume it can go. I'm just not a loud speaker. Do I need to turn the music down? I always forget that music's even playing. But when I look, the music is playing super low compared to my voice. I'm just low. Let me see if I can somehow turn it up. Maybe there's a filter or something I can put. Let's see. Okay, there is a filter I can put on, but you tell me if it's too loud. That might be too loud. Let's see. Yeah, that's really loud. Hold on. I put the filter on, but now I see it goes in the red when I'm talking. If it's too loud, just let me know though. Sorry. Oh, you're lactose intolerant? Organic caress. I do that to supplement because she don't eat meat or fish. That makes sense. I mean, as long as it's not affecting her. But just know that most black people are lactose intolerant, but you don't find it out until you're like older. It has something to do with, like, from a genetic standpoint, just most black people are lactose intolerant. It doesn't agree with our body. Is that better, Rand? I don't want you to have to crank it up when you go. I'd rather it just be okay already, but just let me know. Volume is lower than the other trading channels. No, I can actually turn mine up really pretty loud. I just try not to. Sorry, Janelle. Yes, turn it down. She's vegetarian. See, now I feel bad because I feel like I'm too loud. If it just gets to be too loud, just let me know. I can turn the filter back down. Or I could just turn the mic down. I'll keep the filter on though, but the filter was on like 4.2 and I put it to 30 to the max. But then I could just turn the volume down, up and down whenever I need to. All right, we got 30 seconds before I can start trading again. I really just want the market to slow down a little bit. Just a tad. Just a tad. 13. Good morning, Applejacks. How are you this morning? Stop faking me out. I am saying, okay, I'm done trading, so close the stream and look for something else. How's he been doing? I haven't been looking. Usually his streams are the ones that I watch when I'm like journaling and stuff, but I've been so irritated while I'm journaling. I don't want to listen to anyone at the time. And I've just been doing other stuff. So like normally if I'm real bored around the house or something, I'll watch somebody stream, but I haven't been doing that either. Applejacks, how was your one trade this morning? No, for sure I'm not, but he don't even, ice cream. See, that's my, listen. I don't know if I'm lactose intolerant or it's just the fact that it's been so long since I've really consumed dairy often. I don't know. But what I do know is I will crave ice. I probably buy a carton of ice cream once every 6 months, probably. And when I tell you, I regret it. I end up regretting it. It be so good, but I end up regretting it. See what had happened? No, ma'am. But I think I missed it when he says he's done trading, but we'll still chat for a while. Ah, got you. He does do that a lot. But then sometimes I feel like it screws him up a little bit when he just stays because then he ends up trading sometimes. Open. All right. I'm going to try to concentrate and take trades. I just missed this trade. I just don't really want to trade. And also, this particular trade, I'm still trying to figure out if the zigzag being on the previous bar matters or not. Like, it's not on the entry bar, it's on the previous one. Because there was a trade that I set out of yesterday that would have lost, and I felt like it might have been because of that, but I don't think it was because of that. I think it's just one of those times where that setup just happens to lose. Like, I just have to remember everything's not going to be perfect, But I definitely could have taken that trade. That was a perfect setup. Literally perfect. But when you start to miss so many trades, it's like, it's hard to pull the trigger. Because the later we get in the session, the more likely or the higher chance of me ending up red, because I ain't gonna have enough trades to cover things if I make mistakes or if, I lose or something. But I'm definitely not comfortable yet taking trades off of the session highs and lows, not the divergence. We don't go back towards it anyway, but the divergence I definitely don't feel comfortable yet, so all right, that's 6. take that. Alpine has the longest goodbyes. Applejacks, that wasn't a good response. Stay and see what had happened was. What happened? Did you take more than one trade? Or did you not trade at all? Alright, so for sales, we kind of need to break really 609.75, the upside pressure line. I hate when the single ones paint, that lets me know that we might possibly consolidate between here, this zone, and here. Because we either need to push and create an uptrend, or we need to push here and continue the downtrend. There's really no in between right now. Anyone here lives in Kansas City? Nope. I'm close though. I'm in St. Louis, so close enough. My cousins, a few of my cousins that are from here live in Kansas City. Everybody wants their project done ASAP. Today is one of those, either sell it open or not trade at all. It's so weird because if I can get this number of setups, but without the volatility being, so I don't care about the volume, without the volatility being so high that I just can't catch half of the damn trades, then I would be fine. I would be fine. All right, we didn't really break this level yet because it's still blue. It needs to turn red. And that would indicate a true break, which it just did. I could have taken this buy, but there was no point. I would have to break even. We have to break even at the yellow line. I had to go through on my cheat sheet and so the way I have my cheat sheet set up. Oh yeah, Applejacks, did you get the PDF? Did it go through? Can you check to make sure it came through on your end? Because my Discord be jacked up sometimes. I don't live there. I have to travel there for work. Wanted to get some food spots. Let me ask my cousin that lives there. What kind of food do you like to eat? I'll ask my cousin, and then when I stream tomorrow, and I see that you're in the chat, I'll tell you what they recommend. I missed what I should have took 2 times. Tried to take another, got stopped out. I was like, oh no. So I waited and took a good. And you're tired of work getting away. I feel you. Okay, it did come through. All right, perfect. If you have questions, of course, just let me know. And see, Applejacks, exactly what you're talking about is why it's the things that frustrate me is like I either miss them or I sit out because I'm not comfortable all the way yet because, you know, my strategy's not all the way, even though I feel like it at this point it's got to be. I ain't changing nothing else, I don't think. unless it's just like setups that I don't realize I don't have a lot of examples of until I'm like, oh, I think that is a problem. And then when I write it down, I'm like, oh yeah, that is a problem. I only have 3 examples in the last 3 weeks, and there was a win and 2 losses, stuff like that. Totally different. But the ones that I have all the examples of, I should be comfortable taking them now. Some of them I just genuinely don't remember the rules of yet, and I can miss them that way. But it's nothing more frustrating than sitting out of or missing trades, and then you finally like, okay, I'm ready to take the trades, and then you lose. And it's like, why didn't I sit out of you too? Like, that is so fucking frustrating. So frustrating. But like yesterday, I told y'all I was going to be irritated when I was journaling. I wasn't even that irritated. I wasn't, because I remember the first trade when I looked. So I don't think I remember showing you guys, like, I had this little chart or whatever from before I started looking at, the delta, the order flow or whatever. So this chart is for my divergence at the middle and major half trend levels. And basically all I did was write down all the different combinations of how it pushes. First of all, the volume pattern. So is the last swing greater than or less than the previous swing in the same direction? And then did it wick off of the half trend, or did the half trend go through the body of the candle? And then I have the combination of what the POC is. Is it in the wick or is it in a body? Are the people who are in control going in the same direction of my trade, or is it opposite, like a trap? So I have all these different combinations, right? Well, this little table that I made for myself, that's over the span of like, I feel like it's like is it a month? It might be like 3 weeks, 3 weeks worth of data, maybe a month. I could be pushing it if I say a month. So let's just say 3 weeks worth of data, right? So even though I wasn't trading with Delta at the time, Delta, I wouldn't say it only for these particular setups, Delta really only matters if the POC, like the sellers are in control and I'm going for a sell. That's mainly when the delta matters. The delta also only matters when I'm completely counter trend. When I'm taking my divergence trades counter trend, that's when delta matters. Aside from that, delta doesn't matter. So I can look and see all the trap setups to see like how many instances of traps did we have in these 3 weeks. Well, some setups in the entire 3 weeks, there was never a trap. So that lets me know that that's just not a way that I should be trading, basically. Because if it doesn't set up in 3 whole weeks, well, then it's not a consistent pattern. Remember, I'm trying to create a strategy based on consistent patterns that I see in the market, right? Well, it ain't consistent if it don't set up once in 3 weeks. So that's kind of where I made the mistake because sometimes like when I make the big changes, like when I switched over to order flow, and now when I start paying attention to the delta for certain trades, I try to pay attention to like my previous rules to see what needs to be pulled over, because there's a lot of things that just have to be pulled over just based on like how long I've been trading with some of these indicators and stuff. But that was probably one mistake that I did make when I started this about a week ago, was that I didn't go back to this chart to look, because I was gathering data on a daily basis. I didn't backtest. I only had 1 day worth of backtest data, right? So I should have, for these 2 setups, gone back and looked at this chart. So that kind of screwed me a little bit. So that first trade that I lost yesterday, I think it was the one I wasn't on stream yet. Literally on this cheat sheet, there's no examples of it. 0. So I kind of went through yesterday for those 2 setups and kind of compared data of what I have now, what was happening before I started looking at Delta, just to kind of compare and see like what I need to pull over, what I need to pay attention to, and things like that. But I feel like at this point I'm kind of done. But I have the cheat sheet set up to where like I have what the setup is. If there's any special rules like no double bottom, double top, start, middle, or end. If there's a new trend bias, don't take the first pullback, you know, things like that. Very simple rules. And then after that, I basically put like a big box around the actual rules of the setup, like where the POC needs to be, how it needs to react off of the half trend and things like that. But I put a box around it and I put the background a different color so that when I look at my cheat sheet, I'm not kind of looking all over the place. I can just go to that section, look in the green box, and I know what I'm looking for. I had to do that recently because I couldn't find the stuff fast enough. Even though my cheat sheet, like the layout has not changed, it's just what I'm looking for. I had to do something to make it stand out. Still on some BS. I'm never going back. Dang, Janelle, hold on, wait. I want to try one of those good barbecue spots people talk about. I got you, NinjaTrader. But I missed out on crude oil. I gotta really earn this daily goal today. Are you trading after 1? I'm gonna be headed to the gym by then. How close are you to your goal today? Oh yeah, so I talked to my best friend Jeremy. Jeremy is the one who's the trader. And I was like, Jeremy, I got something to tell you. He's like, what's up? I said, I'm actually going to get a Top Step account tomorrow. Actually, I think I asked y'all, but I don't think, well, I know Amelia answered because she said she's not on the internet. So that's why she doesn't have an affiliate code. If any of you guys have an affiliate code with Top Step, let me know. I think, though, I feel like I read that only their top affiliates still have affiliate codes or something. But if that's not true and some of y'all have an affiliate code, just let me know. Because of course, obviously, I would rather use one of you guys' codes if you have one. But I told him I was going to get a Top Step account. He was like, really? He said, what, is Apex on that BS? And I told him kind of like what was going on or whatever. He was like, yeah. He said, I just never thought that I would hear you say that you would get a Top Step account. But Top Step is like one of the first prop firms that we knew of back then, honestly, when we first started trading with props. Like, when I first got my first Apex account in May of 2022, you had to have 30 trading days to get a payout. It was 30 or 25. It might have been 25. But basically, you had to trade for a whole month. Wait. Oh, what? Yeah. Let's see. Oh, that pushed down too far now. But yeah, take profit. Top Step, You Profit, I remember was really popular a long time ago. I think those were like the main two that I remember from back then. And he actually he had a funded Apex account. He had passed his, I feel like he did a 100K account. He had passed his fairly quickly. But he ended up getting screwed because I remember he got a new card or something and his monthly didn't come out, and back then they didn't send you emails to let you know that your payment failed for whatever reason. So he had no idea that the payment failed, and yeah, he ended up losing the account because he didn't know. He was like, all right, fuck this. He never did it again. Yeah, Christian, I am. Beef bacon is okay, wait, okay, you know what? Janelle, are you going to listen to the woman who puts apples and cranberries and grapes in her chicken salad? No, listen to me. Beef bacon is bomb. It tastes like pork bacon to me. However, I also haven't had pork bacon in 15 years. So maybe I don't remember the taste of it, but I'm pretty sure I do. Beef bacon is good. Don't listen to that lady. Wait, why would you listen to her? Cause what is wrong with you, lady? Amelia, she got us messed up. You should get attacked. Grape, apple, chicken salad. For gonna say beef bacon is trash. What's trash about it, ma'am? Tell me. I'm genuinely curious. What's trash? But yeah, Christian, I'm getting a Top Step account because I've been very transparent. I don't like the stuff that Apex does. I don't, but they're the most popular. They give you the most leverage, like the whole 20 account thing. But the reality is, I could probably find either text messages or like comments on Facebook posts where I was like, I don't even really need 20 accounts. My only goal was to have 5 or 10. Like I always said I was never going past 10. Always. So it's like, it's helpful that I don't have debt, right? So I can look at something where I make money in a totally different aspect. Okay. And I also don't have a whole lot. I mean, I have bills. Just because I don't live on my own don't mean I don't have an insurmountable amount of bills, because I still have my health insurance is expensive, car insurance, this, that, food, everything else, whatever. And I give my mother money every month as well. But the reality is 5 accounts for me is way more than enough. Like, it's way more than enough. Because the reality is my only goal is to replace my nursing income. If I were working full time, I never work. Well, not never, but I haven't worked full time in a very long time. But that's legit my only goal. My only goal. So as long as I can do that, that's all that matters. And that's pretty easy to, I mean, I was making $43 an hour. I forgot what the calculation was when I did it on the stream. A couple of, probably like last week or the week before, but I think it was like maybe $7,300 a month before taxes is what I would make if I was working full time at my last pay per hour. And that's nothing. I could legit have 2 accounts and withdraw $2,000 every 2 weeks and I'm fine. However, what I don't want to end up happening is me getting caught in the BS of what is going on with Apex. Not to say that I don't want to record videos, but I don't feel like doing that shit. Because I already stream, you know, that should be enough. That should be enough. And I've been streaming for a long time, and they could look at my accounts and see that it took me a very long time just to pass my first account. It took me a long time before I even started trading that account. You can see how many times I hit the drawdown on my eval. Like, by the time I get to payouts, I don't want to do all that. I done already had to spend all this time putting my strategy together and everything. I don't feel like doing all that. I just don't. So that's part of the problem. And the other thing is, I don't like requesting from the 1st to the 5th and not hearing until the 15th. I think it's unacceptable. I get why they did it from a standpoint of they were tired of people crying on social media. I requested at 12:01 on September 1st, and someone who requested on September 5th got approved before me. That's very annoying. So I understand from that standpoint. But when I saw that people from the 15th to the 20th of last month didn't even hear back as far as an approval or a denial until the 3rd of this month, nope. And then there's a lot of people who are just now getting the money in their bank accounts from the 15th to the 20th. I don't like that. So I don't like all the gray rules. I am a black and white person. There's no gray area for me. Like, so on one hand, I understand why there are certain rules that you would want to be gray. Like, okay, yes, 30% consistency, but if you're a little bit over, we probably are still going to approve it based on how you trade. Well, that's cute. However, if one reviewer would deny it, but another one wouldn't, I don't like that. I don't. I don't like when things are left up to discretion of another human being. So I would rather you just have black and white rules. Say 40%. If you're at 40, that's why when somebody would, I think we were talking about that here, or maybe it was in Discord, I don't remember. It could have been in Discord, but they were saying how somebody was denied a payout with, what's that prop firm? With Fast Track. And all right, I wanted to make sure that wasn't setting up. Because they were at 20.1 and they're like, that's bogus. And I'm like, not really. I would rather it be a hard, fast rule like that. Bring it below 20%. Like, you knew what the deal was. I would rather it be like that. The aftertaste, who authorized this? The texture is like eating beef jerky. Okay, wait. Let's back up, Apple Jacks. That's because your ass ain't cook it right, or whoever cooked it didn't cook it right, because I cooked mine like I would cook pork bacon. I ain't making no well done bacon. Of course it's gonna taste like beef jerky. Of course. See, you just ain't cook it right. My goal is to throw that beef bacon away. Apple Jacks. Girl, you can't do that. I know that beef bacon had to be about $7 for the pack. You better eat that beef bacon. Cook it right, ma'am. If I blow my Top Step Express account, I'm done with them for the rest of the year. Honestly, really, Janelle? But it's because you want to transition to just trading your personal account, right? To pay PAs, I have 365. That's better than red trenches. Exactly, green is green. I'm still getting attacked. You should. Nobody asked you to cook a well done beef bacon, ma'am. I mean, it shouldn't be medium like your steak, but come on now. If it tastes like beef jerky, you overcooked it. Girl. Because I know you didn't cook it the way you cook pork bacon. It's no way. Because pork bacon can taste real chalky like that if you overcook it too. But yeah, Christian, I'm just, if Apex brings the proposed rules that they said in that long ass survey of complaints, then I might care again. But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, this is what I'm actually gonna end up doing. I'm gonna keep this account that renews on the 17th because I do still want to keep at least 2 accounts with Apex. At least 2, especially because my first PA is a 25K, and not to say I don't want it, but I mean, if I end up blowing it, I'm not bothered by it. But if the account that renews on the 1st is not passed by the 1st, I'm not gonna continue with it. I'm not. Especially if I get a Top Step account before then. So it's kind of going to be based on when I get the Top Step account as well, though. But yeah. I just want 3 PAs with Apex, and then I'll just start working on Top Step. Because I want to trade somewhere where I don't have to worry about if I'm going to be approved or not. You know? I know I'm not scamming. I know I'm not scheming. And you're not going to treat me like you treat the scammers and schemers. And that's why, like, when people got offended or get offended when I say just go elsewhere, I feel like they think because I'm peddling for Apex. No, I literally mean go somewhere else. You don't like something, go somewhere. I'm not even being treated bad. right? But the way that, and I don't feel like people are being treated bad. I mean, their rules are their rules, and what they require is what they require. But I do have a problem with people who's been waiting months. I have a problem with that. Absolutely. I do. I don't like the fact that when you're on probation, you don't even know why you were on probation. And if you reach out to the help desk, they're going to tell you, well, there's an automatic email that comes out with the probation or the denial, and we can't give you more information than that. Well, maybe you guys should be a little bit more specific, because how does somebody get off probation when they don't know why they're on it? Because you gave them a list of 15 different reasons why you could be on it. That's unacceptable to me. If you have an automatic system, what you should be doing is setting up an automated system where when whoever is the reviewer denies, there's a button that they can click based on what the denial is. If you deny for DCA, click that button, and that button is what sends out an email saying you were denied for DCA. This is how you get off probation. This is just coming from being a former business owner and having so many automated processes in place. Okay? If you're denied because you keep cycling through PAs, hey, we denied you because of this. If it's consistency, you're denied because of this. If it's flipping, I know with flipping you are denied for that, but it's just certain things where I'm just like, and that's why I also feel like they need to go to whatever this survey way of payout is, because the flipping thing, again, I understand why they started doing it this way, but that doesn't take away from the fact that you're hurting some people who are actually trading. So before, flipping was just, hey, I entered and exited on a quick 1-second trade just to satisfy the trading day. I'm done for the day. But now you can be seen as flipping. So there was a guy in Alpine Stream a couple of days ago when I was in there. He actually flipped the first 2 days, lost $2 on each day. The next 2 days, he lost, it was maybe like $60 or something like that on both, like each day. The rest of the trading days were like $300, $700, $800, $400. He ended up making like $27.88 in those 10 days. He was denied for flipping. Well, he did flip 2 days, the 2 days he was allotted. However, because those other 2 days, he lost like less than $100. And all of his profit days, the lowest one was $380. The rest were like $500 plus for the most part. I think I remember correctly. He was denied for flipping. And he's like, that's BS. That's like a discretionary thing. I know. I never said it wasn't. But they started doing that because the scammers and the schemers they knew that they were only considering flipping as quick in and out, we done for the day. So what they started doing was taking a couple of trades, enough trades to lose like $50 or make just $50 or $100, something that wouldn't be seen as flipping. And they were really flipping. They were making the majority of their money on a couple of days. Still were under the 30% consistency rule, but they were doing these crazy ass flips. But yeah, I'm a goof. I can only request my payouts next week. Oh no, you don't like the business, spend your money elsewhere, period. Exactly. It's not that hard. Oh, this is bonkers. What's bonkers, Christian? Someone also said the probation thing could also be because they want to watch you go live. Then say that in the email too. Exactly. And first of all, why am I on probation if you want to? No, I thought I heard that they might want to see the videos if you want to go live. Because if you put me on probation because you might want me to go live, you can go to hell. Don't put me on probation for that. Because that probation is no joke. Like, you have to keep a safety net. And it's all kind of other stuff that goes into it. And you don't know when you're going to get off. The email says you're reevaluated after 30 days, but it's really 30 trading days. I should keep that level on my chart to see if we go up and hit it and what we do at it. That's one of the old change zones. But yeah, the probation thing, So in the survey, when they were talking about the whole probation and like whatever, I'm like, okay, I don't really see a problem with probation, whatever. But no, not the way that y'all are using it. It's too many actual traders. Like Trade Cage, he actually finally made a video about it. He's one of the mods, or was one of the mods, but he talked about how he's been on probation. He don't even know why or how he's gonna get off. That's insane. It's insane, and it's not okay. Look at how we're perfectly reacting at the zone. I should keep the. I just don't like keeping the zones on the chart because it just gets a little crazy. But this is a zone from I don't even know when. I'm about to. Yeah, because I can't do nothing right here anyway. I'm about to scroll back and tell you how long ago I drew that zone. This zone was drawn. At 9:34. Yep, at 9:34. Yeah, Amelia, that's the person I'm talking about. Take 20 trades and make $30. Oh, you flip. Exactly. Maybe I just had a bad day. You ever fucking thought about that, idiots? But yeah. I don't get it. All right, I want to get away from this support level. I don't want it to react there, but it's probably going to. It did. All right, I'm not going to take the trade because we have this imbalance thing. I want to see what ends up happening. Are you going to win this time, though? That would piss me off. Nope, it lost. See? This is the same thing that happened on that trade that I broke even on. So I'm definitely going to have to look at this. Delta 42, more than 34. That's what I'm looking for. But you could see we had an imbalance there. And we ended up going up 11 ticks and reversing. So I'm going to have to look at that later for sure. Now, also though, part of this trade ended up invalidating itself after the first bar because this level, it was weak. It's the second week level. I don't take any trades at the second week level, so that's also probably part of it. But I definitely want to look at that though. Definitely want to. Oh, my back. Jeez Louise. I'm on probation at work already. Apex whole trenches. Why are you on probation at work? What? What? Oh, shoot. I don't know what. 41. Why can't I see the right edge? Yeah, I'm not trading any imbalances today. I'm not. I'm not doing it. 41. All right, this one was 1. Let's see if it wins though. That one would have won. Maybe it's just with my regular pullbacks. Maybe divergence. Okay, it kind of would make sense why it would work with divergence though. That does actually make sense. So again, this is 113. The delta of the reversal bar down was like 41. So it's more than 41, obviously, and you can see. So I only have the numbers paint if there is imbalance, because I don't care about the numbers unless it's an imbalance. And that lets me quickly see if there's imbalance. But you can see that it actually worked out that time. And the zigzag was on the previous bar, so I guess that doesn't matter. I think that trade from yesterday just was going to lose regardless, and it's okay. But yeah, it kind of makes sense why the imbalance would work on a divergence trade. Because technically, like, yeah, we're still going in the overall trend direction, right? But this is a pretty big pullback. Like, it's basically this pullback right here. And this would still be correct structure to continue the uptrend. But I mean, obviously on my Renkos, it's showing that we're probably going to reverse because we are trading below the green level. So for as long as we stay under it, we're going to reverse. If we can push back above it, we're fine. But an imbalance for divergence makes sense because I'm going against the minor trend here. Major trend, same direction. Minor trend, not so much. So I feel like my thought process of why I need to not trade if the imbalance is in my entry bar on regular pullbacks would be that if we're in an uptrend and we're getting pullbacks for the uptrend, just regular old pullbacks, it shouldn't take an imbalance, especially if the delta's already correct, okay? It shouldn't take an imbalance, a huge imbalance, in order to continue pushing the market in the correct direction. At that point, that to me means that, if the buyers needed that much more volume to continue pushing the trend in an uptrend, that means that the buyers are not that strong. That's my thought process. This is how for me, switching over to order flow, even though I'm still so brand new to it, as I'm putting in the chart time, number one, as my rules are kind of like solidifying and I go back, I'm like, oh, this kind of makes sense why this particular pattern is what I'm looking for, or why this particular pattern doesn't really work out, why this trap wouldn't really work out here, or, whatever. But I think that's going to be my thought process and look at this pullback. I mean, I was only going for this little amount. We came back and kind of almost double bottom here and we just pushed up. So from my entry, the entry would have been here. We've gone up, what is that? I don't even know. Oh, I could just look right here. About 200 ticks from my entry down here. I think I be on to something sometimes, you are. 3. I be on to something. I just got to actually execute. That's it. But there was a reason why I didn't take that one. But yeah. Nacho, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Hamza. I miss you. I see you've been trading pretty well. I do check out your videos. I do. I just check them out after you're already done trading. Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys? How's trading going today? They got petty over me not having an extra trade break, even though my train was a baby trainer. Excuse the grammar track. Child, I know what you're saying. You good. You drive trains for the help. But yeah, so I'm on the right track. I am. Today was just moving too fast for me to do anything. Look at the volume today. Like, we were up there. But as time goes on and I remember rules and stuff, even if the market's moving fast, I'll still be able to execute pretty easily. But I'm still making minor adjustments daily sometimes, or every few days. I would say like every 3 days I'm making some kind of minor adjustment, and then I have to remember everything. A lot of work and then trading and then enjoying life. Today you had the best day. 3K. Oh, congratulations. I'm definitely going to watch the video today. I haven't been able to really be in people's streams because I've been so irritated with my own trading that I'm like, I just can't listen to anybody. But I'll go back and watch videos later on, like if I'm not super busy or if I'm not studying or back testing or journaling and stuff like that. But I'll definitely check it out. Check it out. All right, let's see if we can get this sell going. This will be the attempt to get in. You almost fucked me here. I hate when it drops like that. It's invalid right now, though. There was a huge attempt to trap the buyers there. The imbalance was 133 for the buyers there. But that bar almost closed down. There was almost a trap. 30. I was waiting on that one. I don't think it's gonna come back though. Nope. I was waiting on it, but it changed at the last second. Like, what the fuck? But it validated itself at the last second though. But that's also that's one of my rules that I just recently like solidified. So me missing it is normal. But that was definitely a buy I was looking for. It was a trap of the sellers. The main thing right now is that I'm having to remember which setups the traps work well for and which ones they don't. I mean, I have it on my cheat sheet obviously, but I mean like remembering the rules without having to look down, because sometimes that split second that I look down, I miss it like just now. So all right, I am gonna take this buy. If it closes. Oh. Well, maybe I shouldn't have. Well, all right. And that is, my friends, why I don't like trading when I've missed so many trades. But you know what? This is the same thing that happened to me yesterday, where the zigzag was on the previous bar. Now, all those other damn trades today, the zigzag was on the previous bar and it worked out. But I almost feel like it's just for this freaking trade that it doesn't work. At this point, that's how I feel. But who knows? I could be wrong. But that trade sucked. That one lost immediately. And I know it's nothing I can look at because it's just that's just how that trade worked out. Because most of the time that trade works pretty well, actually. Alright, let's go back. And now I'm going to be red for the day because I waited too long to start actually trading. So I highly doubt I get another trade. But yeah, that's why I don't like trading this late. That's exactly why. I should have just let it go. I also, I'm gonna look back at, uh-oh. So there's another aspect of that trade I'm not really much of a fan of, but we'll see later. And by later, I don't even mean today because I ain't looking today. Because now I'm going to be irritated because I'm red 2 days in a row and I shouldn't be. I was watching more lives before I do that. To not get distracted by other results that shouldn't matter. I totally understand, Hamza. Totally. Frankie Beverly passed away. Really, NinjaTrader? When? James Earl Jones. Let me tell y'all. The internet always wins. These people done dug up an interview from when he was younger, when he was married to a Caucasian lady. He did an interview basically talking about how black women, what did he say? He didn't use the word angry, but he basically said that black women are uptight and that's why he doesn't date black women or something like that. And then his wife had the nerve to repeat it and say, well, yeah, you know, some of them, you know, they it's not from an acceptance standpoint, but I could just tell that, you know, it's just something there. Girl, if you don't shut the fuck up. But yeah, so it was a bunch of black women on social media like, yeah, at first I cared that he died. I don't no more. So then they started, because wasn't he Mufasa in Lion King? So then they started, I think it was Mufasa. They started posting pictures with his face on Mufasa as Scar was letting Mufasa die. All because of what he said about black women when he was like in his 20s. But people was like, he grew up in the 30s. He should know, like, what are you doing? But yeah, he was definitely peddling. Yeah. Yeah, James Earl Jones was not. He wasn't it. Black women was like, all of a sudden, I no longer give a fuck. Yeah, I did not know wait, when did Frankie Beverly die? Recently? Oh, today. Today it came out. He died at the age of 77. Oh, wow. I gotta tell my granny. Alright. I highly doubt the market's gonna give me another trade. I'm so mad at that trade. Like, when I say so mad, I'm so fucking mad. Gosh, man. Very irritated. That's gonna make me really mad. Like, I legit missed out on at least, and I'm not even over exaggerating, I missed out on at least 8 wins today. At the very least. At least 8. And then for, you know, the one trade that I took to be the break even, which I'm glad I broke even, because I was like, not an imbalance thing. I don't like that. But then for the one trade that I take to be a loss, like, that's more frustrating than losing. That's more frustrating than losing because I don't have a strategy to put together. Like, ugh. So annoying. Did we ever trade below here? No. Just very frustrating. I'm going to hell for laughing. Take me there, because shit, after I heard what that man said about black women, he can go fuck off. Well, he can't because he's not living no more. But either way. My parents love their music. He's an OG music player. Exactly, Janelle. Crude oil might be in his feelings today. Are you still in that same trade? Now I'm scared to take another trade even if it sets up, because I don't want to be even more red than I already am. What do I do? What do I do? Alright, well, that's invalidated now, so we're good. Once it hit the zone, because of the volume patterns of the swings, it's invalidated. But yeah, Applejacks, now I'm mad for the same reason today that you are. Miss 2, take 1, stopped out. Miss a million, take 1, stopped out. We're twinsies today. Ugh. And the market was so great today too. Like, so great. So fucking great. Very trash. You're still swinging from pre-market? Yeah, very trash, Applejacks. I'm going to try to spin probably like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I basically have 6 like setups, but some of them have, you know, like for counter trend divergence, there's 2 different, obviously trend and counter trend. But then inside of the trend or counter trend, it depends on the volume of the swings. So I'm going to try to, like, every day to try to work on putting one more setup in my head. Like the regular pullbacks, I have those down packed. They're not very hard at all. Very easy. Can't take trades going back towards the new highs or lows. If there is a change of my minor trend in the swings before I enter the trade, then the volume has to be a certain way with the swings, which I know that by heart. And then literally, if one of those 2 things don't happen and it's just a regular setup, if it's a weak level, I know how to trade that. If it's not a weak level and it's just whatever, whether it actually it's a pullback to my minor half trend or not, basically I just want, if we're in a downtrend, the sellers are in control of my entry bar, I want the delta of that entry bar to be more than the delta of the reversal bar, like the pullback bar. If it's a trap, so if we're going in a downtrend and the buyers are in control in my reversal bar down, that means it's a trap, and I want the delta to be less than the delta of the previous bar. That's the only way to trap. Only way. And yeah, so easy to remember. Not hard at all. Has to be a regular pullback where it's a higher low to higher high to higher low. If it's like a lower low to higher high to higher low, I don't take those trades. That's a complete change of trend, and I have not found a consistent pattern with that just yet. And that's really it. It's so easy to remember. Now, the other setups, however, are a little bit harder because they have more to think about, but that's also because I haven't put into my head just yet why certain things work out the way that they work out. The regular pullbacks, it makes sense. If we are in a downtrend, I just want the sellers to still be in control in my entry bar, and they have to be more in control than the buyers that pushed the pullback. That is the way that you think about it from an order flow perspective. right? But the problem is, like, a lot of my divergence trades at the middle and major half trend levels, when you look at a time-based chart, it's just a bigger pullback of the trend. That's it. Sometimes when you look, it'll break well, that wasn't at a half trend level. Let me find one that was at a half trend level. Not that one. That's divergence. I can kind of look at them and tell which is which. Because some of them, when you look on the chart, actually, wait, that one was one. I remember it was at my major level, actually. If I can go back and find it. It was before this one. So this one was at my major level, okay? And it's just a deeper pullback, but it still follows, you know, it's a higher low and we pushed up. But sometimes when you look on the time-based chart, it actually looks like divergence instead. So once I get some of that stuff together, it'll be very easy for me to remember. Now, when I'm doing like divergence, it's not at any of the half trends, like it's past my major level. So it's like the deepest pullback that you can get to. When it's those divergences, those rules are actually extremely easy to remember as well, because there's not very many like combinations that I can't trade. So those I don't really need to look down for at all. But yeah, getting the rules hammered into my head is going to help, because I can easily pull the trigger on the regular pullbacks, and in the alternate counter trend divergence, I can easily put, because there's not very many rules for that one either. And then both of the two divergences that happen when I'm going in the same trend, or the same direction of the overall trend bias. But all the other ones, I gotta get those embedded in my head though. And it's gonna take time, but I feel like if I study that every day, it'll help. And I don't do that. And it's probably mainly because I know I'm still making adjustments, but at this point, I don't feel like adjustments need to be made anymore. So we'll see. 44. Chipotle for the first time. You like Chipotle? Yucky. So basically, trenches, we can't trust you either. You are now in Applejack's category. Nice profit for micros. Oh, that's a great profit for micros. Absolutely. Oh. See what happens. Don't do that. You know you could have made me break even for the day. Bitch. I was one tick away. And then I just lost extra money because it didn't give me one tick. It stopped right at my entry, so I just lost money in commissions. That was real whack of you. Literally one tick away from hitting my take profit. I did like Moe's when I lived in Georgia. Moe's was good, but I grew up eating Qdoba, so that's probably why I don't like Chipotle. Qdoba is way better. You need food, but nothing. I'm over here minding my business, trying to work, and I catch a stray. Oh no, baby. After you talked about beef bacon today, you'll catch strays for the rest of the stream if anybody talks about any kind of food. If they say anything about food that I'm like, they're in your category. Until we restart tomorrow. We'll reset after the stream is over. But yeah, I love Qdoba. I don't like Chipotle. And it's crazy because so when I first got into network marketing, one of the guys, he wasn't on my team. He was like in the same lineage as my upline, but he was just like next to me basically. So we were in the same downline, but he wasn't in mine and I wasn't in his. And he used to work at Chipotle, like that was his thing. And he ended up getting to the point of making, I think, like $14,000 a month at some point. But either way, because they talked about Chipotle so much, because he used to work there, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go get me some Chipotle, baby. I think I only had Chipotle twice, because I'll give something 2 chances. And I was like, no. No. It's a no for me. It's a no. I had a burrito bowl, whatever, a bowl. And I also had a burrito. I don't really like burritos that much unless I make them myself, but it just wasn't good. It wasn't. But Qdoba though. Now Qdoba is a whole nother story. Do I want to take another trade, you guys? Oh my God, I forgot that one account is doubling. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Fuck my life. Fuck my life. Fuck my life. Can't be opposite. It has to be same. I forgot about me doubling I mean, it doesn't matter. That's why we're doubling, because I got to do something with it by Monday anyway. But I could be up so much on that account today. Like, KeAmber, get your shit together. You're pissing me off. Sorry, I have to talk to myself sometimes. It's hella mo's. I didn't even know y'all had mo's in Chicago. Have you tried it? If not, I think you should try it and compare it to Chipotle. $4.54. All right, let's see how this next pullback works out. Or not. 4.54. Please don't go up there. I told y'all I don't even know if I like trading at the middle V. I forgot to look at that actually. Alright, this trade isn't going to work out unless it's a trap. We got a zigzag change. I should probably break even, but I'm not going to. I have the balls to just go ahead and trade, and then you just do that. Like, if you hate me, just say that. I would feel better. Alright, 37. Can't take that. I can't take this one. This market just won't let me be great. It just won't. It doesn't care. Now we're going to have a double top middle, which means I can't take the pullback. unless we pull back to 751.75. You dirty bitch. Now I can't take this pullback. I'm pushing it these last four minutes, 3 minutes. I probably could have broken even manually here anyway, because it was already seller's volume in the zigzag. So when the zigzag change, I probably should break even. I used to, but I don't know if I need to anymore. So I was just willing to chance it, because why not? Because why not? Oh my God, Trenches, you talking about... I can't stand him. I literally can't. I didn't even think about that. Because I'm like, I didn't even know y'all had moves. What I be going through, I feel your pain. Applejacks, we are twinsies, okay? We are. I cannot stand Trenches. It's only one of them and it's 13 miles away. Trenches, I promise I can't stand you sometimes. Oh my gosh. All right. No sale. Obviously, we can't push going back towards the buy rotation level, but let's see what happens in this next pullback. We have 2 minutes left to trade. But if we have a decent pullback, I'm going to take the trade. It is what it is, and hopefully it works out. But see, this is my problem. I still don't understand why this is a middle pivot level on this chart, but not the others. So I kind of don't want to trade here because I don't trade at this level. All right, we pushed. I needed to hit 778 if it's going to drop here. I mean, go up from here. 127. There's no way this is going to be valid anyway. Of all the things for the market to do, this is what you want to do when I only have a minute left. Okay. Stop doing that. Oh, now it's at this freaking... All right, and we're close to the daily point of control as well, so that doesn't really help. But I'm curious to see if this is going to be treated as a middle pivot level or not, because that matters. It's not on the screens that we see, though. It's a weak level, it doesn't matter. I see it's almost reacting here like that middle pivot level is correct, but it ain't. Question is, do we chance it if it turns out correct? What? And it worked out. But the bar closed too fast for me to... the delta change... I mean, the POC and the delta changed at the last second. So I wasn't going to be able to get in anyway. But... yeah, because I think I caught it like right here and we didn't come back down to it. But it looks like it would have been a break even anyway. 1, 2... Yeah, that would have been a break even. So I don't feel so bad. But Yeah, so I guess I'm just going to stick to the pivot level that's actually this pivot level. And I don't know why it's painting differently on the order flow chart, but right here, I was just looking for a trap. And the reason why I was looking for a trap is because I knew with there being 124 volume, or what the hell? Where did I go? 124. Y'all could see we were trying to push down 127 delta, 124. We were trying, but we just couldn't. But this is kind of what I'm looking for in traps when we're going in the direction of the overall trend. So remember I was saying, all right, we're in an uptrend. So if there's positive delta and the buyers are in control, I need for this delta to be more than this one. Okay. So I knew with there being 124 here, that wasn't going to happen. So at that point, I was looking for a trap. But when price came back down here, and because before, like 2 seconds before this bar closed, that wasn't the POC. The POC was here. But you can see that we ended up trapping the sellers, right? The sellers are in control of the reversal bar up, but the delta is positive. And so whenever that happens, I want this delta to be less than this one because that's a true trap. If the delta is more in this reversal bar up than this one, it's not a true trap because this shouldn't take that much to trap the sellers, basically. And it worked out perfectly. Like I said, it would have just been a break even, but it worked out perfectly. So let me show you guys the accounts. I guess today's not that bad, but it is kind of irritating. I've irritated myself just from not taking the trades I was supposed to take, but that's just going to come with time and with me being more comfortable with the strategy. I'm confident in it. That's not really the problem. The problem is the market's moving too fast, part of it. And also, I start to question certain things because of adjustments I've made and like, did I make the right adjustment? Stupid shit, basically. But yeah, so here we go. Here's the accounts. Longest wait for only 218 in profit. I'm out. Get out. Exactly, Trenches. What she tell you? Profit is profit. Green is green. But yeah, so this is where the accounts are. I took 4 trades. 1, 0, lost 1, broke even on 2, 3, because I can't count. Yeah, lost 1, broke even on 3. Not mad. I am going to continue doubling contracts until Monday, and we'll just see what ends up happening with this account. But basically, we're $3,000 away from hitting the target. So, yeah, we'll just keep doubling contracts, and then on Monday, depending on how far away we are, I might just multiply the contracts even more. Like I said, this is the account I'm going to keep, though, because I want to keep. Right now, my renewal dates are the 1st, the 5th, and the 17th. So I'm going to keep the one on the 17th, but the one on the 1st is probably the one I'm going to end up canceling. And then we'll just replace that with a Top Step account. My back is killing me. We'll replace that one with a Top Step account and just kind of go from there. Janelle, I know, right? But yeah, so overall, not a bad day as far as the market. It's just me and my lack of execution that's the problem, but we're going to work on that, and that's going to be a continued uphill battle until I get my life together. But I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Sorry I didn't take a whole lot of trades today because I was dumb and sitting out, and I was, yeah, whatever. But it is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys.